Okay, so today I'm going to go through my first 7 days of the cleanse so far, and I have basically 6 topics that I'm going to cover, and I'm going to keep looking down because I'm looking at my notes. So I'm going to talk about the mistake that I made, the major one. Number 2, what has worked well. 3, the accelerated schedule that I'm following. 4, how I've been feeling or sleeping, that sort of thing. 5, the foods I'm eating. And 6, detox symptoms. Okay, so I'm going to talk about number 1, one mistake I made. And I probably made more than one, but the one that I would not recommend that you make if you decide to go on a cleanse of any kind is I was super excited to start. I was so excited. I couldn't wait. When my box got here, it got here at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I wanted to start that day. And thank goodness I held off and I didn't do that, but I jumped right in the next day and I just started. And I didn't really plan well for when the cleanse portion would start. So after the first 10 days, days 11 through 20, you're on your cleanse section. So that's a lot more restrictive than the first 10 and the last 10 days. And I would have preferred to have started that on a different time. So when I started, so after the first 5 days, I did the cleanse the way you're supposed to. When I started looking into the day that the cleanse portion would start, where day 11 would be, I was going to start in like on a Tuesday, and that just is not going to work. Tuesday is our biggest homeschool day, and there's just no way that trying to follow the new schedule, because it's every 2 hours you take your amino acids when you wake up, 2 hours later you take a shake, and you're also taking your biomedic in your cleanse, but every 2 hours you're doing that. And so you need to really be strict on the schedule, and I did not feel like on a Tuesday I would be able to do that. So on day 5 I actually started the cleanse, which I would not recommend to most people. So that was the mistake I made. I did not prepare for when the cleanse section would start. So I do not recommend doing this. If you're going to do the 30-day cleanse, I recommend going the 10 days. That was a mistake I made. 2, what worked well. So this goes right into what worked well. What worked well, I had prepped the week before. I had actually gotten off caffeine and any chocolate or anything. I've been sugar-free for a long time. I have a lot of insulin resistance issues and such, so I didn't have a problem with sugar, but I got off caffeine the week before, and I wasn't really drinking a lot, so it wasn't too bad, but it was still, I had a headache for about 3 days. So I prepped the week before, and I cleaned up my diet really well. Even though I eat pretty clean anyway, I just stuck to mostly fruits and vegetables, and kind of moved more raw, closer to the start of the cleanse, and then started my cleanse. So I actually had a little bit of a detox going on like the week before I started. So for me that worked well, since I didn't do the 10 days the way I was supposed to do. And the 10 days are supposed to be when you're getting off all of the sugar and the processed carbs or processed foods and meats and that sort of thing. And since I don't eat a lot of that anyway, I didn't do that. So that worked really well for me. Another thing that worked really well for me is having all of the foods, the approved flex foods and lifestyle foods on the list at home and prepared. Another thing that I did really well was the week that before the cleanse started, I made sure I was drinking half my body weight in water a day. So that's part of what you do on the cleanse. So that's one thing I did well. Okay, so I'm going to just talk a little bit about the accelerated schedule, and you will get this in your package that talks about your accelerated schedule. So days 1 through 10, you drink half your body weight in ounces of water a day. You eat 2 lifestyle meals. You exercise at your normal pace, which I did and had no problems. You eliminate sugar, caffeine, animal products, and alcohol. So you get rid of all of those in your first 10 days. First thing when you wake up, you would take on the first 10 days your Super Amino 23. You take 5 of those. You would drink your Power Shake and then take 2 Biomedics. And then that's all you do. And then you eat 2 lifestyle meals. So basically your shake would replace one of your meals. For me, I found that breakfast was easiest for me, but it could be different for everybody. So, and I sort of follow an intermittent fasting along with this. It's just kind of what I do anyway. So, all right, so then at nighttime, like 30 to 60 minutes before bed, you drink your apothecary. So it's just 2 tablespoons of that and 8 ounces of water. And then you take 2 Biomedic at night. So you do that for the first 10 days. I did that for the first 5 days, and then day 6 and 7, and then today will be day 8, I'm cleansing. So I'm on the second portion of the accelerated schedule, which is normally days 11 through 20. You keep drinking half your body weight in ounces of water, and that's super important. You want to flush out all the toxins that have been built up for years that you're expelling from your body. The first 10 days, you got 2 lifestyle meals and 3 flex foods. The second 10 days, you only eat 3 flex foods. And then you don't consume any other foods during the 10-day immersion part where you're cleansing. You only do light exercises like gentle yoga or walking. And it's best to set a timer for every 2 hours because your schedule goes every 2 hours until you are done and you go to sleep. And then you're preparing for your last day and beyond. You want to set up your smart order, which I've already done, and I'm going to continue the core 4 after this, which is like the core 4 for your nutrition and well-being. So I'm planning to continue on after this. This is really to help you really feel really good in your body, lose some weight, just get yourself back to homeostasis and feel really good. Okay, so it basically goes like this. When you wake up, you take your super aminos. 2 hours later, you take a Power Shake, Biomedic, 2 capsules, and 2 capsules of Super Cleanse R. 2 hours after that, another 5 amino acids. 2 hours after that, another Power Shake, 2 Biomedics, 2 Super Cleanse Rs. 2 hours later, again, 5 amino acids. 2 hours after that, you do just a Power Shake. So you only do the Biomedic and the Super Cleanse twice, and you do the Super Aminos 3 times. And then the last Power Shake, after that, you're done, and then you wait 30 to 60 minutes, and then you drink your apothecary at night to help you sleep. Okay, that's the cleanse portion, and that's where I'm at right now. The days 21 through 30, I'm just going to finish out my entire rest of my cleanse on the last 10 of this. So you will drink half your body weight in ounces of water. You'll eat 1 lifestyle meal. You'll exercise at your normal pace, so you'll still consume no sugar, caffeine, or animal products or alcohol at all. The schedule goes like this. When you wake up in the morning, you take 5 amino acids. You take a Power Shake and 2 Biomedic. Then either for lunch or for dinner, it doesn't matter, you do another Power Shake, Super Aminos, and Biomedic. And then at night, again, you drink your apothecary and you get the 1 lifestyle meal, which I'm going to talk about food in just a minute. I'm going to talk now about how I've been feeling and sleeping. So days 1 and 2, I felt really good. I had a lot of energy. Plus I was excited. I know whenever you start something new, it's like, I was just really excited. So I felt really good. My mood was good. I slept really good. Well, except for the first day, I woke up at 3:30 a.m., but I felt amazing. So I still count that as a win there. Days 3, 4, and 5, I did not feel very well. I was tired and irritable. Day 5, I was really hungry all day, but I was really cranky on day 5. It was my worst day of this whole cleanse so far. That was the day too that I realized that I needed to go ahead and do the cleanse portion because I was already detoxing and I needed to just jump in and start cleansing because that was a Friday and I knew if I started the 10 days in the middle of the week when I'm all in on homeschooling because it's long days for us, that I would not do well. Then I needed to have I needed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's what I've done so far, where I started the cleanse and I've had, every 2 hours where I can be on the schedule so I get a sense and I'm like in the routine and I've got it going on before we jump back into schooling all week. So that was why I did that. Now, I do not recommend that, like I said. I do not. I recommend that you do the program exactly the way it's laid out. Maybe prepare better than I did. So, okay. Sleeping, like I said, the first night I woke up at 3:30 a.m., but I had some things burning on my heart, and that was the last video I made. The next night, I think I woke up maybe once during the night, which is pretty normal for me anyway. And then the next 3 days, I slept really, really good. I really slept good, but those were the days I didn't feel as well the next day, which now I'm sleeping again very well. Days 6 and 7, I've slept amazing. Not woken up at all through the night, so that's great. Yesterday, I felt amazing all day. That was the best I felt the entire time. Of course, I overdid it, which I tend to do. I did a whole lot of stuff. And I was really tired by, 8 o'clock. I was really tired, but I had worked really hard all day. But I felt good, so it was very exciting. One of those times where you're like, okay, if I feel like this every day, I totally am doing this for life. Oh, my digestion. Let me talk about that for a second. So I have been waking up with a stomach ache for years in the morning. Doesn't matter if I eat late, eat early, don't eat at all, I still wake up with a stomach ache. And it's horrible. A lot of times I wake up really early because my stomach hurts and I just have to get up and walk around and stuff until it goes away. I have not had that at all. I woke up one day where it was kind of a little bit achy, but it wasn't the same kind of like pain that I had before. So other than that, my digestion has been amazing. And that was one of the things I've been trying to heal. And that's why I talk about that Biomedic for the gut is amazing. So if you have any kind of digestion issues at all, I would recommend do the Biomedic at a bare minimum. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the foods. I'm just going to give you an idea of like foods that I've been eating and foods that are allowed on the cleanse. So first, let me do lifestyle meals. So lifestyle meals, and those are on your first, you get 2 on your first 10 days and then 1 on your last 10 days. So a lifestyle meal is basically you're trying to keep your calories under 300 calories and you eat like the approved foods. So let me give you an idea of some approved foods, like some quinoa, like a piece of sprouted grain bread, a small sweet potato, a half a cup of oatmeal, kale, broccoli, squash, cabbage, asparagus, mushrooms, celery, carrots, sea vegetables, cilantro, parsley, basil, and then fruit. You could have cherries or berries, plums, apples, grapes, watermelon, papaya, cucumbers, tomatoes. Obviously, you could make a salad. Let's see, you can use tropical oils. You can use sunflower seed oil, avocado oil, or extra virgin olive oil. And then if you do butter or ghee from grass-fed cows, you could do that too, but I don't do that. But if you do, you can. So that's an idea of like lifestyle meals. Like I said, you keep them under like 300 calories and you do 2 of those in the first 10 days and then 1 in the last. And then the flex foods, so are like you could have an avocado, an apple, a cup of watermelon, so you can have unlimited celery and cucumbers. So something that I've done is make celery, celery and cucumbers and cut those up and then use those to dip into, like I'll make a little bit of a guacamole with just like some smashed avocado with some lemon juice and some salt and pepper and cilantro and mix that up and just dip it in there, and it's really good and very filling. So that's a flex food. A cup of watermelon. I've had watermelon a lot. I like apples. I eat those. You can have a half a cup of carrots. You could have some summer squash, sauerkraut. You can have berries, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, or spinach. And I've been eating all of those things. And before, I couldn't tolerate broccoli at all. Like it killed my stomach. And after day 3, I wanted to test this, and I tested broccoli and I ate it, and my stomach made a lot of noise, but it never hurt, not once. And so that's a testimony right there to show you how well the Biomedic works for your gut microbiome. So I am healing, and I'm very excited. So some flex beverages that you can have. So but these would replace one of your flex foods. You could put like hemp, almond, coconut, or oat milk in your shake if you like that better in your power shake. I don't. I actually like the power shake with just water. I think it tastes amazing. I was very pleasantly surprised at how good the power shake tasted. I even had my husband taste it, and he was like, it's not too bad. And for him to say that means it was really good. So it's very good. I actually look forward to it, and I'm drinking it 3 times a day right now, and I am loving it. So the power shake is very delicious. And it's a green shake, and I've had lots of green shakes in the past, and not very many of them taste like good where you'd want to keep drinking them. You'd have to mix them in a smoothie or something. So anyway, you would, if you want to add, like I did add almond milk to the power shake though on the second day just to see, and I used it as one of my flex foods to see if I liked it better, and I did not. So water it is, which is even better. So you could also have kombucha tea if you like that, vegetable broth, organic obviously, herbal teas, coconut water. That is the food. Now let me talk about some detox symptoms. There's lots, but it could be a lot of different things. So detox symptoms range from like mild headaches to migraines, to irritability, to mood swings, skin rashes, acne. And I broke out the first few days pretty heavily. You could have trouble sleeping, you could have sweat, night sweats, or during the day, all detox symptoms, nausea, diarrhea, constipation. So all of these things are different symptoms you could have while you're detoxing. So you definitely want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water, because when your body starts releasing toxins and they start floating around in your body, they don't have anywhere to go. They just get reabsorbed back into the bloodstream, and you definitely don't want that, and that will make you feel horrible. So you definitely need to make sure you're drinking half your body weight in water, or a little bit more depending on if you're having a lot of detox symptoms. Other ways to kind of make them a little bit more mild is to take an Epsom salt bath. That will also help you to detox and release some toxins. That's a really good one. If you can rest, that's always good. Just know that you'll get through it. I don't recommend taking anything. I don't recommend taking Tylenol or ibuprofen or anything while you're on a cleanse. I just think that's just counteractive to what you're trying to do. So yeah, so those are the detox symptoms. And like I said, I'm super excited about this. It's my first 7 days. Today's day 8, and I will be making another video probably on Sundays is when I'll be able to do it, either Saturday or Sunday, because that seems to be the only time I can have a free moment and make a video. So thank you.